Good morning. There's a Navy Old Salt Gamer. Excuse the mixer in the background, but my wife is making me a cake, and there is no way I'm going to tell her to stop. So you'll have to put up with some mixer noise and a couple bangs and stuff. Now, first off, for Delta V, who was one of my followers, I asked a question about how I have this set up here. Don't know if I ever completely explain this. I got to be careful walking in here. There's a glitch when I use my furnace that every once in a while I go in here, it destroys my suit, and it's really annoying. And I think it might be that, but I'm not sure. So, as far as my cooling setup, I might be tweaking this a little bit with a power vent. I'm not sure yet. But it's working pretty good, so I'm not too worried about it. But basically, I have just two passive vents in here. This is how I filled the air in here. And if I go in here, the pressure is only 62 kPa. I kept that intentionally somewhat low because I used walls, and if it gets above 200 K, you're going to end up with walls in orbit. But basically, I have two passive vents, and I didn't insulate these pipes because I don't really care if it cools, and I want it to absorb heat, so that's okay. All the input pipes, these are the hot pipes, currently 425 Celsius, are just fed with this volume pump. And this is only set to 1. You can play with that a little bit, but as you can see, I got 11 megapascals on that side and 10 on this side. So that's just keeping the air moving a little bit, forcing it through. There's some water in there. That's okay. That'll get sucked out. Is that right? Is there water in there? Well, there would be, yeah, because this is coming from my H2 combustor, so there will be some hot water or steam in there. That's okay. So, like I said, input and output into that, and let me get out of here carefully so I don't get my suit damaged. I'm to the point now where every time I'm going to move this, because every time I use my furnace, it's happened to me twice now, I bump into something in here and it damages my suit, and it's a collision error that the game needs to fix in my book. So, rant over. Then it comes up here now, so this would be the input air. Basically, I have two, these came with the lander in the new upgrade. I have two, what are they called? Medium radiators that you set in the convection mode, not the standard mode. Make sure you get it to where it looks like this. This is the convection mode. It's the only way. The other way will cool slightly in a vacuum. This cools a lot better, as you can see. It's 138 on that side, and it's minus 10 on this side. So basically, there's getting, let me get rid of one of these, getting pulled through here into these and pushed by this volume pump, which I have maxed out, back in to get the cooler air in there. So that's how my cooling system is set up. It's very simple. You could probably improve on this. Again, I'm trying not to use too much. Where's that air coming from? Why do I see air? I don't see it anymore. Now I see it again. I don't think you can see the little air escaping over here. I think it must be from the vent or something. That's kind of scary. I'm not sure where that's coming from. I didn't blow something, did I? That always makes me worried. Sorry about that. It might just be this cooling. I definitely see air coming out over here. Weird. Okay, well, as long as I didn't blow something. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Oh, it's from this stupid thing. I'm looking at the exhaust vent. I just put that there, so I forgot about it. Sorry about that. But anyway, that's how I cool. Could you force more air through here? Possibly. And that might be a way I'm going shortly here. I was thinking about maybe putting a volume pump here. The only reason I haven't, and I could use a turbo pump here also, but they use more power. And like I said in previous videos, with this setup, I'm trying to conserve power. This is still working really good. Currently at 55, so that means I'm above 75%, but below, using more than I'm currently producing, which means this should be above 75, but possibly going down, and it is. So that's working properly, and I'm currently producing 2.5 kilowatts, and I'm using 2.5 kilowatts, pretty close actually. So this balancing it out, the pump up there, to work where it keeps it around the same as I'm using, so I don't burn a whole ton of gas, which I'm not, and still make, pretty hot in there, still make a lot of water, which I am. This is at 4 point. I got to watch the pressure in here. Every once in a while I have to cool that off. But I'm currently at 80 liters of water. I figure when this gets to 100, I'll swap that tank with that one and then try and cool it down. Like I said, I was thinking about using an evaporator here. It's another liquid radiator. But I figured why do that when I could just drop the tank on there and cool it that way. This probably will be only half the video for today. I came up with a super simple program to automate my centrifuges, and the sleep command, I was thinking about the sleep command, and I ended up saying, well, why do I have all this extra programming in here? I used to have, turn this on, turn that off, do this then, do that. I'd count how many ores, and I'm like, why do I want to do that? So I made this super simple deep miner program. I leave my deep miner running. There's centrifuge 1, centrifuge 2. So what I do is I open, or turn them on and open them, and then I sleep for 10 minutes. And what that does is it just lets it do ores for 10 minutes. And then I tell it, okay, open the door. And then I sleep for whatever that would be, 3 minutes. And it unloads while it's sleeping. Okay, so that is a super simple program. And I just checked it. I just started this a couple seconds ago before I started the video. Well, minutes ago. Pick this up already. Come on, what's the matter with you? Thank you. I'll pick it up. Oh. You gotta get it at the perfect angle to have it pick up. And this is working. I mean, I did get gold, and I also got a coal finally. I could do a dance. I got a coal out of this. And I just want to check and make sure that since I'm watching, once this gets to 0, it should throw another 50 ore, or dirty ore in there. There we go. All automated, and this is just working really well. So that simple program controls basically everything from here to here, with the exception of the computer, which controls the sorters. But I'm way into simplifying my programs. I used to have, that program was literally probably 20 lines, and it's now down to, well, I could shorten it 20 lines with that, and it's down to 12 with that program. I'll cancel that. I like to keep it separated so I can keep it, makes it more simple. More simple? Better. Okay, so that's the morning update. I thought that was a pretty good program. I've done some pretty good programs in this one for me. I mean, some of the other guys out there that are programming experts are probably like, yeah, so what? But for me, that's a big deal. For getting free ores, I got a coal. Let's see, I got quite a few iron now, up to 31 in that one. Almost ready for a new copper. I just got a stack of gold. Just got a stack of coal. Silicone, yeah, you know, everything's building up slow. I looked for, I had to make more. That's when I got hit my head over here and it broke my suit, I guess. I don't know exactly what happened with that, but there's something over here that my suit doesn't like and I gotta be careful. I did pick this up. I must have dropped it again. I could cut some of this bare wire. Like I said, this is really temporary. I'm going to move this. Basically, at this point, I just throw a couple volatiles and oxides in there and fire it up and then vent it out when I'm done. I don't use this. I'm being kind of power wasteful, I guess, by using the arc furnace. But, So, there's my cooling system for, I think it was Delta V. You see, it's really running fast. Could this be better? Certainly. And it may get improved as the game goes on here, this world, but right now, this is working real well. You see, I'm maintaining power, and that's my biggest worry. Game storyline. I still have not seen any traders, so I don't believe they exist. So I'm going to build rockets to send up there to investigate if there's something useful in the world up here. And the guy keeps telling me ladders are your friend, and he's right. I kind of like flying around. It frustrates me sometimes, like when I try and jump one square and I go flying. But this planet's a lot of fun. I like to, when I'm looking for ores, I'll sit here and get to the edge of a crater and go woof, try and jump a crater. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. Nope, little short. I gotta have some fun with the game. But there you go. That'll be my. Whoa, that was a good one. Yeehaw! All the way. Mimas is fun that way until you accidentally do it really well and realize you're going into orbit and have to hit the jetpack. There's some more gold in it. That's the quick update. I may, if I get my rockets done, I got to figure out where I'm going to put them. Don't really want to put them here. My fuel's over here, so maybe out that way. Or I could deconstruct my fire extinguisher. What the heck? What I did was pick it up. Oh, it's got water in it. I'll take that water, thank you. And you can have your fire extinguisher. There's no atmosphere here. It's not really necessary. And this is just a silly flare gun mining charge. Oh, it's got an extra mining belt in it. I'll take that. Cute. What was that? Flare gun. No flares? Is there flares in there? I'll keep that. Mining supplies. Is that flares? Put that in the flare gun. Let's have some fun with the flare gun. Is there any rocket launchers up here? Oh, oh! Jeez, that was loud!
hydration critical.
Yeah, sure, the flare gun. Poof! That's kind of fun. Seems a bit scary. Let's put that over here. Explosives. I'll get myself in trouble with that. So that means I have to keep it. Oh, even more. Do they stack? No. That was a scary sound. And a mining belt. I could keep that and as a spare. I could put that up here. Oh, I did upgrade. Before the water runs out here, I did upgrade to a heavy drill and a larger mining belt and a larger tool belt. So, you know what? The military guy in me. How do you do these? Do you just set them down and then run? Arm. Oh! Does it explode on its own? Oh! Jeez. That's a good indication of what ores this planet has. None. Okay, enough fun for a brief video here. Let me go get water. So, I'll work on rockets. I don't know if I'm going to get that done today, and I got so many idiot lights hollering at me here. It's a good time to stop. Still charging. Ooh, don't drop that. Holy cow. Okay. Enough fun with those. I almost set it down in my base. Go away. You're just going to get me in trouble. You can almost throw things into orbit here. Whee! Alright. That'll be all for now. Okay, this is Navy Volatile Gamer. I'm back. I have my rocket constructed. I'm slowly fueling it up because I don't want to sap too much pressure from my power grid. I'm doing real good over here, so we're alright. It is going down now. It's because I just turned on, I put some oxygen in there, so it turned on a couple things. I'm going to have to put some volatiles in there next. But I got my rocket set up here. There's my links. I'll show you the rocket in a second. I wanted to make sure everybody knew, because I don't think a lot of people do. If you connect a IC chip to the computer, you can link to anything on the rocket. And I'll show you what I mean here. This is the program I have fueling my rocket's engines. And all I had to do is connect it to the computer, and then I can alias the rocket pressure, which is my pressure analyzer on the pipe, which I'll show you, and the rocket pump. And what I did is I have this program turning the pump on when it gets below 37,000 in that pressure, which again I'll show you in a second, and then turning it off when it's above it. If it's greater than 37,000, turns it off. Under 37, turns it on. So that's a real simple program, but all you have to do, let me pick this back up, is connect your housing and your chip to the computer on the same network, and you can access everything on this rocket. And I'm watching my fuel pressure here. I'm up to 15 megapascals. So I got everything all connected here. There's my avionics, my link. I've got a battery and an auxiliary battery. This is what I'm talking about when I say the pressure. See, it's at 41. I did have that set for 39, but by the time it turned off in that program, it went up to 41. So that's okay. I don't really want it that high. I turned it down to 38. Theoretically, that should lower around 40, which is pretty good. Here's my turbo pump. I have this set to 40 I'm going to test the rocket, or sorry, the 50. I'm going to test the rocket, see if I need to raise or lower that, but I can also do that from down there. I have 3 tanks. I like this setup better than the one big tank because it fits better, and I can cram everything into 2 fuselages. I'm trying to think of the term. And then I got my scanner rocket on here, or scanner on here. That's all set to go. I could put 2 scanners on if I put another fuselage, but I didn't do that. So here you go. I mean, it's the wiring part is the hardest because you got to find a spot to do the wiring. I'm a little concerned. I'm going to have to watch my power. I haven't used an auxiliary battery before, and I did have to set up another network because when I charge those batteries, when you charge them, they put a huge drain on your power supply, and I didn't have it on a separate one. I thought it wouldn't be that big of a deal, and I blew out like 10 cables over here. So I put a fuse in here. I haven't had much success with fuses. Plus, I got this set for 5,000 or 4,900. Why does the cables burn out if it shouldn't even get to 5,000? Because the most this is providing is 4,900 watts. So why would these burn out? I think that's a glitch. I set these to 49, so these won't burn out, but they do anyway. It is what it is. Now, how am I doing over here? I'm down to 5. It's okay. Okay, that's pressurized again. I gotta get some volatiles in there as long as everything else is shut off. Yep. And I went out and mined quite a bit of ores just so I could fill this up. And I am up to 17. Alright, so always. I gotta get some nuclear batteries eventually here. This kind of gets old. So, if I go in here and I click on the turbo rocket pump, which is off now, here's the setting. See, it's at 50. I could change that. When I test fire this, I need, according to this, which I don't put much faith in, it says I need 20.1 kilonewtons. And to be honest with you, I could shut this off and test it right now. Let's do that. I don't need a full tank of gas in here. So let's disconnect both of these. Okay. They are both disconnected. Now, if you don't give the rocket a destination, you can fire it and it'll stay on the rocket pad. Now, I'm going to do the cheaty thing, and I'm going to save this. Because rockets are very unpredictable. Now, I don't have to turn the pump on. It should turn itself on and off with no problem. I don't need the scanner on. So I have the battery's going down. I wonder why. Wow. What's running? Oh, the turbo. The pressure analyzer. Wow, does that use that much power? Yeah, down 1%. So here's the pressure I have in. Should be the same in every one of those tanks because they're interconnected. So what I'm going to be watching is this thrust number. According to this, I need 20.1. I want it higher than that because I don't trust it. So let's fire this. Cross your fingers. There we go. 21, 19, 33. So it's jumping around quite a bit. So that means this thing is going off and on too often. Now it's off for a while. So maybe I can lower that setting. Let's find out. Let's go to here. You can even hear it. It's set this to 30 and see if that stabilizes that a little bit. Not really. Alright, let's try 40. That's a little better. It's above 20 the whole time. Let's try 50. I already did that. Let's try 60. Just experimenting to see if I can keep this a little more stable. I might have to add more pipes. That's not a bad idea. Let's try that. So it doesn't jump around so much. So let's turn the engine off. And wait for the flames to die down. So I need some, those insulated pipes. I think I used insulated pipes, which you don't necessarily have to do, but yeah. That will keep that from bouncing around as much. So let's make a couple quick insulated pipes here. I think I got my steel in here. I do. Still doing good. That wasn't the steel, that was silver. And I need the silicone. Turn that off. Let's put a couple insulated pipes in here. See if that can stop that from pressurizing and jumping around so much. Could probably only fit 2, but I'll bring 3 just in case. I'll put in there what I can. Let's see here. So basically I'm just going to put some extra pipes in here so this doesn't have to spike like it is. So let's go this way. I can't really see. Maybe from this side. There. So I could put that there. Put that there. Didn't it make 3? Oh, I hate the way the sun turns off on this. Now, I guess I could try and make 2 more, I guess. I'm going to put as many in there, get as much volume in those pipes so it doesn't have such a hard time keeping it at a constant pressure. Let's see what we got room for here. Probably can't do, oh, I can do that. If I could put one that way, that's probably it for that side. And I can go straight here. We'll see how that does. I can actually put more in here if I wanted to. Now every time I did that, the volume pump should have kicked on and refilled, so the pressure at this pipe analyzer still should be around 38. Yep. So let's test it again and see if that's a little more stable over there. How much fuel do I have in the tanks? Not that one. I'm kind of low on fuel, but it's not too bad. Let's see what we get. Okay, so that setting seems to be too low now. So let's go back to the turbo pump. Turn that up to, let's try 80. And let's see what we get. Still 1920, 1920. Okay. 100. That's a turbo pump too. That should be. Now, yeah, with this pressure going down, it's going to be harder to pull it out of there. but it still should work pretty well. According to this, I don't have enough pressure. So I'm going to have to fine tune this a little bit. Did it run out of fuel? No. That's an old message. But it is a turbo pumper, and it did change the setting, I hope. It should be 90. Or 100. It is 100. So, I guess I have to up that number again. I should be able to do that. Let's try that. Now, I'm almost out of fuel on the rocket, so... nope, I gotta go into here. I could probably make it 40. I mean, I think they can go to 60 before they break, so I could probably even go a little higher than that. Let's up this to 40. If it's going to blow up, it's better to blow up here than in the sky. So let's export that, put that in here. Now that'll pump it up to 40. We'll see if that works a little bit better. Let's double check the pressure here. Yeah, it's up to 40. Okay, so let's see how much that's jumping around here. Let's see, turn it on. Okay, so it is going down. And that's because I'm almost out of fuel. It just can't keep up with it. So, let me refill this, and I'll be back, and I'll see if perhaps I might have to add another tank or so in here. I don't know where I would put it, but we'll see what happens. Let me refuel this and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm just about to shoot off the rocket here. Let me repressurize this. Alright, so that's at 40. Now I've played around with this number a little bit. Had some pipe over pressurization issues. Oops, what just happened? Where'd my backpack go? Oh, what in the world? Tool belt, we'll put that up. And, okay, so let me double check my pressures down here real quick. That's good. That's good. I could throw another volatile in there, but it might overpressurize. Alright, so let's seal this up. Hopefully everybody understands how you build this thing. I got extra pipes in there to keep it from overfluctuating. I should have maybe put a pipe in between here. So if you do this, I would recommend putting a pipe in between the turbo pump and the pressure, but it shouldn't matter, but it's a possibility. You see how everything is set up. If you have any questions, I can try to answer them. I don't want to get too much into it. Let me take this off of here. I've been cooling it because you get more efficiency, better volume. Where's my wrench? I do have too many bags going here at the moment. There it is. I don't know what it's doing in there. What was that? Okay. Just attach that. Put that up there. Turn this on. No. Okay, that's good. So I got 40 megapascals in the tanks. I could go higher. I don't think I will though. I did change this pressure back after some experimentation. I changed this back to 40, and I also turned the turbo pump, well, not the turbo pump, the turbo pump, I turned it down to 40 liters instead of where it was. I'm tending to get some overpressurization in my tests. So also, something to note, and it's a pain, and I wish they had made a way to control this. But in here, I have to tell it to turn the pressure display back on. Unfortunately, when you arrive at your destination, and I don't think there's any way of controlling it, when you arrive at your destination, it turns everything but the batteries off. And I don't think there's any way of changing it. So what happens is it turns my pipe analyzer off, and then I have runaway pressurization. So that could be an issue during the flight. If it shuts it off and then turns it back on a little late, maybe I can double that lineup just to be safe. Let's try that. Let's turn it on here too. Because if it gets to the yield with the pump on, it's going to sit one click with it on, possibly. So I'll put it in there twice just to make sure if it shuts the pump off, it does turn the pipe display or pipe analyzer back on. So let's go ahead and do that real quick here. Export. Okay. Hopefully I did that right. Last thing I got to do before we launch. Let me pump these back in real quick, just to make sure everything is. This one's hard to hit. I don't know why. Because, yeah, just to make sure. I can't fly. I'm currently using oxygen as a propellant, so I can't fly when I weld. As you can see, every once in a while I get a flare up, and it damages things. Welder, there we go. Okay, so I can go on I'm not welding, and I'll come up here and land on top of this. Okay. What in the world? What was that? Weird. That was odd. Okay. Anyway, it's sealed. Let's put that down there. Put this up here. Okay, we're going to do this. See what happens. Hopefully I don't get any overpressurized pipes. So I got to go to the map. Set the destination. Close it. Oops, one more thing. You always learn the hard way when you do this. We're good pressurized. Okay, so I've been having some issues. I'm going to test this one more quick time. The turbo pump. I'm going to set this down to 10. It's been over-pressurizing on me. So let's do, I want to watch where is it? Oh, pipe analyzer. See how it over-pressurizes? I have it set to lower than that, but it keeps over-pressurizing on me. And I'm not sure exactly why. So let's do a quick test fire here and watch that number. I got it set for 35 now, I think, so it shouldn't do anything to 35. That's more stable. There we go. There we go. Okay. That did the trick. I had the pressure, or the setting on the turbo pump way too high, and it would always spike. So, how much? Yeah, I got plenty left. So let's go ahead and pick this up and launch this puppy. We're all set. Everything's disconnected. I could refuel it a little bit, but I don't think I need to. So let's go to map, set the destination, go to the rocket, and launch. That really moves. So that looks good. And we're not spiking. Excellent. Now if this starts getting too low when the pressure goes down, I can always turn it up a little bit. And there we go. I'm at my first spot. That's probably just temperature changes at this point. So that worked. Excellent. So, yeah, that's just temperature changes. Yep. Okay. Where's my, how did that work? Nope. Pipe analyzer. See, it still went up to 42. That's acceptable, though. If it goes to 42, I had it spiking up into 66, which, of course, the pipes can't handle. So that looks like it's working. So that's good. All right, so now I'm at this location. I have to chart it. Go back to the rocket. Turn the pipe analyzer, not the pipe analyzer, the rocket scanner on. And I still have 98% power, so that's good. This has to do this 12 times, so I'm going to pause it. Okay, so the charting is done. Let's see what we got. So I have in Cleidius, let's presume another moon, and the rings. I guess that's the rings around Mimas. The rings around Saturn. Now the question is, that's probably going to be mineral, could be ice. I think I'll find out. Let's go over here and see what we got. Go back to rocket, monitor the analyzer. Just make sure that's still working okay. And we're off. It seems to be staying somewhat stable. Yep. 18 seconds. Still got plenty of fuel. Pipe analyzer. 5, 4. Okay. So it did spike again. Stinky thing. But it's okay. It's way under pressure, so I'm not worried about it. Alright, so I'm at this location. Now I have to let's go here, turn this back on, the scanner. And what do I got to do? Discover or chart? Probably discover. Yeah, I have to discover first. I got to do that a bunch of times. So I got 100. I got 30, so I got 9 of them. So I got to do 900. That's going to be a while. So guess what? I'll pause it again. Okay, so the first location scanned is gold rocks. So I can get gold there if I wanted to. If I scan in here a little bit and it's all minerals, I'm really looking for volatiles and oxides. So I don't have to keep mining at this point anyway. But did I get a second? Nope. Nope. Needs 2 more scans. This takes forever. I gotta watch my batteries. Still at 94. So 90. One more, and I'll have a second location. I think I need to chart this one too, but let's see what this gives me. If this is all so, what's this one? They're both gold rocks. Oh no, iron rocks. So this looks like it's going to all be ores, but that's okay. I'll let it finish and see where I'm at. but it's going to be a while. So I'll pause it again. Okay, so instead of discovering further, I went to chart, and that came up with B rings. Now that looks like ice. So that could be an interesting place to go. I might go there next if I have enough fuel and battery. I think battery would be a bigger problem than fuel, but we'll see what happens here. I'm going to finish doing this location now. I get one more here, then I'll be 1/3 of the way done. Yeah, it's probably more rocks, I'd assume. So I got gold rocks, iron rocks, silicone rocks. But with the deep miners, I kind of don't need those. Gold maybe, but at this point I don't need those. But I'm here, so I'm just going to finish scanning this one, and I won't come back until this is at 9 of 9, and I can take a look at what I have and see how the battery's holding out. And fuel is not a problem. I've only used 7 megapascals, so fuel, that's good. Why did I do that? Don't mess with me. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so that's all finished. You can tell by looking at them, the oval ones are iron. That's gold. So I got 2 golds, 3 irons, and 4 silicones. The battery is at 87. So I'm going to go check out the ice over here. And I'm still going to monitor the pipe analyzer, and we're going to go 7, 5, 4, 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay, so it's doing pretty well. And I'm at 19, but I don't think the throttle's at 100% in space. I don't know if I have time to look. It does say 100%. Ooh, I might have to increase that when I get to landing. Alright, so we're there. Same routine. I gotta turn this back on. How did it spike? It's good, 40. So let's go to the location. Turn this on again. Location. And I think I'll just discover this one. So that's going to be this up here. And again, I'm going to pause it because it takes a while. Okay, so I had to run and buy some, run and mine a whole bunch of volatiles and oxide. I wish I could buy them. There's no traders around here. But I'll tell you what, this is the best thing I've made so far on this planet. These glasses are just awesome. I mean, it points everything out, makes mining so much faster. But anyway, getting sidetracked. So I got a couple of spots mapped here. This is definitely the area I want to use. There's volatiles, oxygen. So this is where I would want to go to mine. Oops. How's everything doing here? I'm still at 82%. Fuel's down, but it's okay. When I get back to the planet, I may up the settings to make sure I get enough thrust to land. We'll see how this goes. There's a possibility that I might crash. I mean, it's happened to me before. So let me finish. I got 3 of 9. I'm 1/3 of the way done, and I'll be back. So I just noticed, I'm not sure why, the other one took 100. to scan. These are taking more. So that was the fourth pass, the fifth pass. So these are taking more scans. I'm not sure why. So is it doing 200 here? I was wondering why it was taking so long. Yeah, it looks like it's taken 200. Oh yeah, it says it up here. 200. Okay. So this is going to take twice as long as the last one did. So I should get my fifth one here. Yeah. Alright, so what have I got so far? I've got volatiles, oxygen, 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 4 oxygens and a volatile. So I'll keep scanning. Battery is 79, so battery's doing okay. Okay, so that's all mapped out. Let's see what we got. They got a volatile, an oxygen, an oxygen, an oxygen, and oxygen, 2 volatiles, oxygen, oxygen, oxygen. So that has a lot of oxygen and 2 volatiles. I am scanning. It's got to go to 250. Ugh. I'm scanning this location to see what's on the other side of it. While that's going, I am refilling. I'll kind of let this go a little bit. That's not too bad. So I can throw an oxygen in here now. Maybe we'll do that one. Okay. And we are at 90. I'll go ahead and pause it again. Okay, so the last one here. Let's see what we get. There's a question mark over here, so that'll probably be identified. Probably. There we go. So that is seed rings, and that looks like more rocks. So I could do more scanning. I'm still at 72. I did turn my auxiliary battery on. Turn this one back on now. I took the scanner off. I think I am going to fly back just to make sure. Select the set destination. I want to watch. I'm still concerned about maintaining pressure and thrust. So let's see what happens as we're flying back here. 23, 25, that's good. So it's not going under the amount that I need. I did up this back to 40,000, and that seems to be holding it pretty well. So 26 seconds. I still got plenty of fuel. I don't know for sure if the pressure in the tanks affects this. It doesn't look like it does, because it's 23, 24, 23, 22. So the lowest I see is 22. So if that's the case, as long as I have enough fuel, I should be fine. So we're already there. So here we go. Let's land this beast. I'm going to save it. Call me chicken. Alright. Now I'm wondering, I had plenty of thrust, but it was kind of close. I'm wondering, and I think I will, because it didn't seem to come close to over-pressurizing at this point, so let's set this to, let's get brave and set that to 43. Confirm, export, put it in there. Now did that pressurize to 43? 45. That's well under 60, so that's good. That'll give me a little more thrust. Still got plenty of fuel. I think this is going to work. Map. Did I set the destination? I did. Double check it. Alright, let's see what happens. Pressure fed gas engine. At 25, 26, 24, so that should be good. Thrust is good. 22. Is this bouncing around a lot? 45. Oh, it's hardly bouncing around at all. What's my throttle at? Maybe I'm not using much. Pressure fed gas. I'm crashing. What happened? Why am I crashing? I'm at 45. Why am I crashing? Alright. That doesn't make any sense. Turn the throttle up. The throttle's at 1%. 100. Come on. It's got plenty of fuel. This automatic landing thing. Turn that off. Let's land it myself. 100. Now I'm going up, so let's set this to 80. Still going up. 50. Still going up. 30. Still going up. 20. What in the world? 10. Am I going back to the crazy moon I did, didn't I? Okay, that didn't make a whole lot of sense. I still got 14 megapascals. So let's do this at 40. This crazy thing. Maybe I'm not going to have enough fuel. Let me pause this for a second. Think about this. Okay, so I don't know exactly what's going on, but we're going to try and land this thing. It flew back for some reason. So I changed this to 40. I don't know. If this doesn't work, you know what? I'll try reloading it, because unless I'm running out of fuel, there's no excuse for this. And I've got 20 megapascals. It shouldn't take 20 megapascals to land this thing. So, let's try this again. Set destination, drop it. And fire it. Why is it not moving? What the? What the heck? It's going back to the planet again, I think. Pressure fed gas engine has a glitchy throttle. I am coming down really slowly. Bizarre. I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to let it go and see what happens. Because it's, at the moment, it's hardly using any fuel. Because it isn't. I don't get it. Why is it coming down so slow? I think the problem here is it's saying I got 240 something of fuel left and 240 till I land, but I'm not using any fuel. So this should start going down. This doesn't make any sense. I'm just going to let it go. This automatic lander system is bizarre. Not sure I understand. Impact velocity. Fuel time, 10,000 seconds. Well, fire the rockets then. Ground velocity. What's my acceleration? I'm hardly moving. I'm hoping this wakes up and starts firing the rockets, because if you see, I got 10, at this rate, I got 10,000 seconds of fuel left. And I'm only flying for, what in the world? Okay, now the throttle's going up a little bit, and now it's not going to impact anymore. This autolander needs some work, so it looks like it is going to land. It just wants to give you a stinking heart attack. Now it's at 3. The throttle's at 3. So this is way out of whack. I'm not going to need 20 kilonewtons to land. I got 1 newton of thrust. Where's it getting this 20 kilonewtons at? So now it's looking like it's going to land. My ground velocity is coming down. My acceleration has stopped. Yeah, I'm fine. Why is this thing going to give me a heart attack like that? Stupid program. NASA would fire the person that wrote that program. Now, I could have done it at 25, but I don't know why it flew back the first time. Maybe because I changed something? But I'm on 4% thrust. That's insane. Pipe analyzer. Plenty of fuel there. Jeez. This is going to land with no problem, as long as there's not something wrong with the engine. $312 seconds, and I got, 2,500 seconds of fuel. Oh, gave me a heart attack, thinking I was going to mess up. It's going to take me forever to land. 3 minutes yet. Anyway, while that's recuperating, let me 4 there, 6 there, so I need a volatile. This is what I'm trying to avoid by mining ice, so I can have it do this automatically instead of me doing it. What do you know? I'm still not going to crash. It did say 21, right? Minimum of 20 kilonewtons engine thrust to land. And it's only doing 1.2. And my meters per second is fine. And still coming down. So I'll look at it around 3,000. We'll exit out of here. It looks fine. Yeah. I'm not sure why it wants to scare me like that. Stupid thing. This is still going down, so we're in good shape. 1.21 kilonewtons. So thrust to weight, it's more accurate of a measurement than this thing. I don't know where it's getting that at. 49, so it's still slowing down, and what's my throttle at? 3.7. Scaring me. I should have just let it run. Okay, so we're right around 3,000. Let's see if I can see it coming down. There it is. I saw it fire. I lost it. Is that it right there? There it is. It's right above my pointer. Right there. You see it firing every once in a while. Right there. I think. How are we doing here? 2,000. Yep, everything's looking good. It's just not shooting the rocket at all, so you can't even see it. That 1% thruster. Oh, there it is, way up there. Here we go. Well, hopefully it doesn't leave me with a crater. 1,000. What is my 1.2? There they are. Should be getting pretty close by now. This is, I guess it's because of the tiny gravity on this planet, but it's getting brighter. It's a long process. 500 meters. Barely coming down. It's not going to crash. There it is. Man, this thing's going to come down like a feather. That is some seriously low thrust. I kind of figured that's what would happen on this planet because there's like no gravity, but look at that. What happened? What happened? Where'd it go? Oh, it shut off. Good Lord. Don't do that. There we go. That's a scary, stinking flight. Okay. Well, after all that excitement, the stupid computer telling me I'm going to crash, it's on the ground. And I got it mapped. I'll probably go over here. And since I use more volatiles, I'll map out the two volatiles. But that'll be tomorrow. I thought I had two volatiles. that one and that one. I'll map those out and take the better one, and then I'll send a miner up. But that was an unusual flight. I guess it's because of the low gravity. Every flight that I've taken, I have never trusted this thing. It lies constantly. So, I guess the number you need is this, not what this tells you. And what did I end up with fuel? I still have 13, almost 14 megapascals. Battery-wise, 69%. So I probably could have mapped out more, but I wanted to land it. And I wanted to have a heart attack when the thing said, ah, you're going to crash. Alright, this is Davey Old Salt Gamer. I hope you enjoyed this. I found it kind of frightening. Oh my goodness. Check these again. Volatiles are good. Oxygens are good, so I caught up. Yep. Okay. So, everything's working really well. If I didn't show, and I can't remember, because I'm going to be editing this a little bit. If I didn't show what's inside the rocket clear enough, I'll do that tomorrow first thing. And anything else you guys want me to cover that I didn't in this one, besides this stupid thing. I should have just left this at 25, I guess. Not that it mattered, it just took longer to land. Alright, Navy Old Salt Gamer, you have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow.